It had the perfect blend for a hit show, talented black comedians, and a heartwarming family dynamic. Yet despite all that, the series came to a shocking conclusion, and it was straight up canceled. Now, was it due to some racial tensions or rather just creative ones? Now today, we're going to discuss what led to the untimely demise of the beloved 70s sitcom Good Times. Now, contrary to popular belief, there is considerable controversy over the real reason for Good Times ending, and the truth might actually surprise you. Good Times. Good Times originally aired on CBS from February 8, 1974 to August 1, 1979. Now, it ran for 6 seasons and was a popular sitcom during its time. Now, people all around the world enjoyed it, as this was the first ever show to have an all-black lead cast. Along with John Amos as John Evans Sr., her loyal and hard-working husband, and Esther Rolle as Florida Evans, the strong and loving mother of the Evans family. Now, Good Times boasted a great group of cast. Now, the cast also featured Jimmy Walker as James J.J. Evans Jr., the eldest son known for his catchphrase, Dynamite. Now, Ralph Carter as Michael Evans, the youngest son known for his strong political views. Also had Bernadette Stannis as Thelma Evans, the family's only daughter known for her beauty and intelligence. And Jeanette DuBois as Willona Woods, the family's neighbor and best friend. Now, Johnny Brown also portrayed Nathan Bookman, the building supervisor who was frequently the subject of Willona and JJ's jokes. The groundbreaking comedy Good Times didn't shy away from controversy. Now, it bravely took on volatile subjects including gang violence, financial hardships, muggings, and discrimination, forcing viewers to face the hard truths. Good Times was a part of a groundbreaking wave of independent productions that dominated TV in the 1970s and 1980s, and the visionary team of Norman Lear and Bud Yorkin created it. In addition to these timeless favorites, this innovative storytelling era produced Maude, Sanford and Son, the Jeffersons, and All in the Family. The legendary character of Florida Evans in Good Times with John Amos as the unbreakable Mr. and Mrs. Evans was made possible by Esther Rolle's captivating depiction of Florida Evans in Maude. Now, the program soon shot to stardom thanks to the electrifying chemistry between Rolle and Amos and their gritty, passionate performances. After just 18 months following Maude's debut, Good Times had become a cultural phenomenon that encapsulated a time period and sparked discussions that are still relevant today. But the program dealt with a whirlwind of controversy behind the scenes, which eventually contributed to its abrupt demise. As turbulent and exciting as the themes Good Times depicted on screen, the true story behind the show is equally powerful. Now, Good Times, the first American TV series to be a spin-off of a spin-off, was a breakthrough sitcom that broke barriers and destroyed misconceptions, in addition to being an entertaining series that aired on February 8, 1974. The program was a welcome change from the era's mostly white comedies, since it featured a proud black family. Household names were JJ, Thelma, Michael, James, Florida, and their spirited neighbor, Willona. Now, a young Janet Jackson's career was kicked off by the show. Now, reruns of Good Times still charm audiences today, solidifying the show's eternal status as a cultural icon. But the truth was considerably more controversial behind the scenes. Originally intended to be a spin-off of Maude, Good Times centered on Esther Rolle's character, Florida Evans. Rolle, however, refused to play a black single mother and only consented to join the show provided that her character had a spouse. Now, this condition got John Amos involved, and the two developed a captivating on-screen relationship. But some conflicts arose off camera. Yeah, Jeanette DuBois, who played Willona, almost left the role due to Rolle's insistence on creative control, and hostility was heightened by Jimmy Walker's character JJ becoming more and more well-liked. Dynamite became Walker's catchphrase and the show's motto, putting him in the spotlight, which sparked some conflict with his co-stars.
Glad to let your fingers do the walking, cause you got kids and dynamite doing the talking.
This developing tension led directly to John Amos's exit in season 3. After publicly criticizing the authors and the show's direction, his character was eliminated. Walker said in a candid interview that there was not a true sense of solidarity among the team, citing a lack of interpersonal relationships and communication. Now, it was challenging to keep the show's consistency and quality intact because of its lack of unity off screen. There were disagreements with the actors as a result of the show's writers, who were primarily white, failing to depict the black experience accurately. Due to creative differences and pay conflicts, John Amos was sacked for questioning the screenplay, while Esther Rolle only made a temporary comeback for the show's last season. The difficulties of writing realistically for people from diverse ethnic origins were highlighted by all these tensions. Even after making changes, the ratings of the show dropped following Amos's departure. Although Moses Gunn was presented as Florida's new romantic interest, Carl, the two just didn't have the same chemistry. Now, although JJ assumed a fatherly role, his admirers just weren't buying it. Now, more screen time for Willona and the casting of Janet Jackson as her adoptive daughter Penny were attempts to bridge the gap created by Florida's departure, but they all felt short of bringing back the show's original spark. Another attempt to bring the show back to life was Thelma's marriage to Ben Power's character Keith, but that was way too little, way too late. If we think about it, this show would definitely not be a hit if it started airing now. Good Times would probably come under fire in 2024 for problems that were missed during its first run. Even while it was revolutionary for showing a black family that was proud of their heritage, the program frequently gave an idealized and false portrayal of life in inner-city housing complexes. Now, this image might be interpreted as dismissive, especially in light of characters like JJ, whose jive talking prompted stereotypes, and Florida Evans, who seemed unnecessarily pious. Now, furthermore, the program just felt out of touch despite its good intentions due to the gap between the privileged creators and the black experience that they was trying to portray. Good Times did not accurately depict the intricacies of black inner-city life, just the way other comedies of the time misrepresented white families. Now, as a result, it's less likely to be relatable to audiences now. Good Times' demise served as a lesson on bad leadership and the effects of internal disputes. The cast's inability to cooperate, which was fueled by resentment, pride, and unsolved issues, was eventually the cause of the show's demise. Instead of working together, they competed, not appreciating the worth of one another's efforts. The small issues was disregarded until they became unsolvable big ones. Now, if everybody had been more cooperative, humble, and respectful of one another, Good Times may have had a longer and more prosperous run. Even with its popularity, the program needed stronger direction to handle the intricate character relationships. Now, ultimately, Good Times was canceled by CBS in 1979, even though there were attempts to bring the show back with fresh characters and plots. But, let's face it, once a show gets canceled, that magic rarely rekindles. You know, even with all of its shortcomings, Good Times nevertheless makes a lot of people feel nostalgic. With its distinctive theme song, everlasting catchphrases, and beloved characters, the program perfectly encapsulated television in the 1970s. Fans treasure the touching family moments, the hilarious antics of JJ, and the Evans family's bravery in the face of hardship. Now, audiences were captivated by the character interactions, which ranged from Willona's sass to Florida's wisdom, creating a fascinating tale. For those of us who grew up watching Good Times, we're reminded of simpler times and the coziness of spending time with family in front of the TV. Now, at that time, watching television together was typical family time, and Good Times was a favorite in a lot of homes. Its capacity to take viewers back to a time when television played a major role in daily life accounts for its continuing popularity. The themes of love, comedy, and determination never really quite go out of style, even after decades have passed. So Good Times teaches us the value of community and family, and its nostalgic appeal never really fails to charm viewers of all ages, including those who are only now becoming acquainted with it. So let me ask y'all a question before I dip out of here. Y'all think that there should be a remake of the show? Let us know what you think in the comments section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.